Hi folks, this segment of Bullshooters is called The Best Stuff. It's where I curate some of the best guns, gear, scopes, ammo I've ever used, and I tell you about it. Now, I'm telling you about it, although I don't own it because I can't afford this stuff. And if you're the type of person who really doesn't even like looking at stuff you can't afford, then this isn't the place for you. But enough talk. This is, in my opinion, the best scope ever made for everything and the best scope currently on the market. It's pricey, but I'll tell you why it is. This is Swarovski Z8i 1x-8 power by 24mm. This is the most versatile scope I believe there is because at 1 power with the illuminated reticle on, you can put this on your AR-15, for example, and go CQB with both eyes open. It works perfectly. It's got the illuminated circle with the fine red dot in the middle. It's also the finest dangerous game scope ever made. It's not dependent on the batteries, that just enhances it. You can also, of course, use it just like it is. It's got a German number 4 reticle and many reticles are available as options. Dangerous game guns, it's fine, but even on any hunting rifle, it is just perfect. The vast majority of all game can be taken with 3 to about 6 power, but even at 8 power, I mean, there's plenty of guys that shoot 1,000 yards with iron sights. With 8 power, you can pretty much do anything except for the longest range shooting, but for typical hunting realms, this baby is perfect. Of course, like all Swarovskis, the adjustments are absolutely precise. I've tested all this. Finger adjustments that just feel good, very tactile. Now, the neat thing about the scope is the advanced electronics in the illumination system. It's not like some of the cheap Chinese crap. This thing has 2 settings, in the middle is off, but one you can flip on if it's dark or getting dark, but in daylight, you just flip that over quickly and you can see it in any time, in any type of lighting, but you also have the digital rheostat adjustments for dimmer or brighter on either one of those fast settings. It is just a ridiculously good scope. Now people say, yeah, but it's a 24mm. That's because they're so used to having 40 or 44 or even 50mm scopes. Well, for all hunting purposes in legal shooting hours, this is all you need, and this is not comparing apples to apples. I'm telling you, I've tested them, I've stacked them up and looked at them at dusk on deer right out here. This thing is just as bright as many inferior 40mm scopes. It just is, and you're not going to suffer in legal shooting hours. Of course, some people claim that the bigger objective, the more light it sucks in. That's just not true. Certainly if everything was equal, like if this scope with a larger objective, it's going to be a little bit brighter. But a scope's quality really comes from its glass, its precision engineering, and its coatings, and Swarovski's got the best of all that. So it is really tough to quantify what separates the best scopes in the world optically, like a Swaro, Zeiss, of course, Smittenbender, Collis, even Miopta, and a couple more, and they all have one thing in common: they're all made in Europe, largely Austria, Germany. It's because those people have been doing this the longest and they just have that quality down. Now, they're very expensive because they pay attention to that quality in their labor. It's so much more expensive, but it's hard to quantify. It's hard to describe it. But when you look out there, not in the store or not here in daylight, but when you look in some dim area, you're just wowed. You're like, wow, I can't really define that, but it's just amazing, the clarity and the detail and the brightness you can see with optics like this. This scope is very pricey, but you could put it on any of your rifles for anything and you would be just fine and be happy. If I had to have one scope, this would be it. That's Swarovski's Z8i 1x-8x-24, and it's about $2,800. That was the cheapest I could find it online, so I think it's worth it. Hell yes. Could I afford it? Hell no.